Et là. Alors. On est un petit peu dans le caca là, niveau mine. On est un peu dans la merde. Je t'ai vu. Hello. Ah merci, ça c'est gentil. Ok. Il en reste pas mal hein, des cassettes.
Football, or soccer as it is known in the States, is extremely popular here. It has not caught on yet in the US, but it has legions of rabid fans all across Latin America. These fans can get so rowdy that it is commonly believed El Salvador and Honduras went to war in 1969 over scuffles in a soccer match. In reality, tensions between the two countries were already high. The match was merely one of the sparks that set them off. But these people are so passionate about this sport that the story seems plausible. Predictably, many of the soldiers here are fans. They have apparently divided themselves into Costa Rican and Nicaraguan teams and started playing each other. To play, you need a ball and 2 goals. The R&D team built and set up simple goals on the deck. I had absolutely no interest, but Chico insisted that I come and watch. It was not a proper match by any means. The pitch was not even regulation size. But the players and spectators alike got pretty excited. They banged empty cans and shouted cheers through the handmade megaphones. It almost felt like carnival. Huey, the referee, blew a whistle to start the match. The soldiers' training has left them in excellent physical shape, but they lacked the honed skills of professionals and their play was quite rough. Midway through, one of the men collided with another, shouting at one another, but Huey stepped in. I thought we had forsaken our countries, become one with the earth, he said, quoting Snake. We're not competing for national pride here, and we are not fighting for the good of any one country. This is not a war. Soccer is a peaceful sport, am I right? The soldiers nodded. They know the pain of war, and they share Snake's vision. Perhaps that is why all this resonates with them. Team Costa Rica was down a man, and somehow I was picked to fill in. Costa Rica had the advantage up until that point. I suppose Huey wanted to keep it balanced. The soldiers agreed with Huey's call. Maybe the Costa Rican players felt an even matchup would be more fun too. I could not be bothered to run at first, but chasing the ball out there in the hot sun, I was soon drenched in sweat. Before long, I found myself actively seeking out the ball, partially out of desperation. I picked up a loose ball deep on the opponent's side of the field. Even though he's Nicaraguan, Chico cheered me on, yelling, "Go for it, shoot!" I launched the ball as hard as I could, only to have it blocked by the keeper. Disappointment only increased my determination. In the end, I didn't score a single goal, and Costa Rica gave up its lead. It was really close though.
Oh, je vais pas recharger au point de contrôle parce que je sais pas où est-ce qu'il est leur point de contrôle, donc on prend pas de risque.
Exhausted. The ocean breeze felt so nice on my sun-soaked body. Nuke came over. It is one of his favorites.
Barré là-bas. C'est pas une si mauvaise chose.
And together, we watched fluffy white clouds drift lazily across the clear blue sky.
Ah mais je crois qu'il faut que j'aille là-bas. Pas là, mais peut-être qu'on a des trucs intéressants ici. On a des mines, on prend. On va se poser un peu là. Bien des balles de silencieux en fait. On a bien des balles de silencieux. Enfin, du pistolet silencieux.
Night vision goggles illuminate the area in front of you in near infrared and display any nearby heat sources. They'll reveal a lot you couldn't see with the naked eye.
Il y a un silencieux sur le fusil, donc je pense que je vais me servir de ça. Il va venir ici. Attends, je crois qu'il va venir ici. Putain!
Make contact with Paz. She's our link to Cypher. Bring her back no matter what.
Definitely spotted. We're under attack. Over. This is CP. Understood. Titan security is by the intruder. Out. CP, this is Delta 3. Took a look, but there's nothing going on here.
Ah, c'est ça. Il y a rien du tout.
This is CP. Understood. Return.
Il y a rien du tout, mon gars. Allez, barre-toi. Voilà. Ouais, on se casse de là. Voilà.
All fire teams, this is CP. We lost the security camp. There's no reason for it to be down. Whoever's closest, go check it out. CP, this is Delta 6. Investigating now. Out. CP, this is Delta 3. We'll investigate ASAP. Out. All fire teams, this is CP. We lost the security camp. There's no reason for it to be down. Whoever's closest, go check it out. CP, this is Delta 6. We've arrived on the scene. Checking the area. Over. CP, understood. Keep your eyes open. Out. CP, this is Delta 3. Arrived at scene. Beginning check. Over. CP, understood. Don't let your guard down. Out.
Profitez pour encore écouter une cassette là.
It was lovely out today, so I decided to sun myself in a lounge chair up on the deck. when Strangelove came up to me.
All fire teams.
Despite the heat, she was in her usual long sleeves and pants. I waved at her.
Delta 6.
She looked away and mumbled,
Going on alert.
Hello there. Fancy meeting you here.
Watch for anything suspicious.
I asked if she needed anything, feeling her eyes creeping up and down my body like she was savoring it.
Tightening security. Over.
Finally, she swallowed and said,
Understood. Check your surroundings.
You have such beautiful skin. Bewildered, I shook my head and said, No, not at all. I had heard rumors that she was a lesbian. But she couldn't be after me, could she? She continued to stare and said, No, it is beautiful, but you must not let yourself get so tanned. And then she took my hand in hers. What is wrong with a little son, I asked, trying to cut the conversation short. But she shook her head violently. No, you mustn't. A young lady should take better care of her skin. She was acting strangely now, as if aroused. She lectured me on the perils of tanning, how it ages skin, causing wrinkles and spots, and in the worst cases, even skin cancer. I knew already that tanning could cause spots, but I thought only pale-skinned Anglo-Saxons had to deal with that. Having a scientist tell me it causes aging, though, that spooked me a little.
All quiet here.
If I am to keep playing the teenager, I will have to start paying more attention to my skin. Sensing my anxiety, she took a small tube from her pocket. She said it was the sunscreen she always
C'est revenu à la normale.
She
Parfait.
told me to keep it. I didn't know what to say.
S'occuper de
I
l'huile.
was more than happy to take it, but exactly what were her intentions? Was she merely being nice? Or is she really into me? Either way, there was no reason to refuse, I suppose. I have undergone training. An out-of-shape woman does not pose any real threat to me.
Cassette de Chico.
Having power means not being afraid. It is the same on a global scale. A country
Il y a plein
with
de
can
collectables comme
dictate
ça
terms to a country without
qu'on a
them.
dû oublier, hein, mais bon.
I thanked her and took the tube. Then she offered to put some on for me. She squirted some lotion onto her fingers and began rolling it into my chest. It happened so suddenly, and I was so taken aback that I did not even think to protest. She caressed my stomach with her long white fingers, then slid them upwards between my bikini-clad breasts. What? Wait, I sputtered as her moist eyes met mine. She was beautiful.
Je pense qu'on va prendre ça.
Somehow, I found myself
Donc, bon,
captivated by this woman more than 10 years my elder. Hold still, she whispered in my ear,
Vu que le silencieux, on a plus beaucoup de balles. Hein.
unable to refuse. My body went limp, motionless, as if in a trance. Gently, carefully, she rubbed the lotion all over my entire body. I shouldn't have enjoyed it, and yet I could not help myself. For a moment, I was spellbound. That woman is dangerous. I had better watch myself.
Damn it! I'm hit! CP, this is Delta 6. I'm over. This is CP. Understood. Stay alert and smoke out the enemy. Out.
Je suis un petit peu allé en mode bourrin. Là. De toute façon, on peut le péter, non?
So your suppressor is worn out. That gun will be as loud as any other now. If you have to shoot, be careful.
On va reprendre ça.
Delta 3. Identify gunfire. Can't tell where it's coming from. Over. This is CP. Understood. All units, be on alert.
Je sais plus où est-ce qu'il faut aller. Je le sais.
be able to crawl in there.
Peut-être c'est par là. Il y a des rats partout. On va s'écouter notre cassette en attendant encore. Ah, cassette de Chico. Ah mais là je suis ressorti de... Allez viens. Hop. Oh bonjour.
She looks weak. We need her alive. Yes, sir.
Putain, je sais plus où est-ce que c'est là. Ah, d'accord, c'est pas là.
Boss,
Ici, il y a quoi ici?
you're back early today.
Early.
And the sun is still up.
See.
C'est juste pour se cacher ici.
Yeah.
Chico,
Yes?
let us not do this, okay?
Huh?
I do not think I want to talk to you.
But
Je ne sais
I came here to-
plus où aller.
Quiet, or I'll scream.
what the?
Ah mais attendez.
I don't get it.
On se rappelle qu'ici il y avait un autre... Il y avait un autre endroit là-bas. Je viens de me rappeler mais... C'est vrai qu'il y a un autre endroit ici. Là on n'a pas été ici. On n'a pas été ici, c'est vrai. Elle est là. Elle est là. Pas Ortega. Elle est là. Alors attendez, il nous reste beaucoup de cassettes ou pas là, hein, parce que... Il nous en reste encore 5 à écouter. Il nous en reste encore 5 à écouter. Je sais pas si on pourra toutes les écouter. Hein.
Protecting one's health is an important part of any agent's job. But despite my best efforts,
Attends, on va
I
pas
have
rentrer
caught
tout
a
de suite
cold.
parce qu'il y a une cinématique qui va
Now
se
that I
déclencher.
think about it, Mother Base's numbers
On
are
va
on
juste
the
écouter
rise,
cette cassette
with
là et puis
soldiers
ensuite
coming
je
from
vais
all
rentrer.
different places and backgrounds. It is no wonder then that sooner or later someone would
Tu
bring
peux
in
se
a
balader en
virus.
attendant.
That said, what I have got is just a common cold.
On arrive bientôt à la
The
fin
medical team said I'd need a few days rest,
du jeu,
so
hein.
I've been restricted
Eh oui,
to my
il
room
n'aura pas
and
duré
put
longtemps,
on
là on
bed
a
rest.
déjà 2 heures de jeu pratiquement.
I thought I'd gotten used to not having anyone around
Et
to
encore
relate
j'ai
to.
fait des conneries,
But
j'ai
at
pris mon
times
temps et
like
tout,
these,
on aurait pu le
being
finir
alone is just
moins vite. Hein.
miserable. All I could do is lay there and
Mais bon.
stroke Nuke's back, trying to take my mind off how bad I felt. Nuke just sat there, not making a sound. But I did have visitors. Amanda and Chico, Huey,
Chico.
Cecile,
C'est
Miller,
Chico.
and a few of the soldiers I've become relatively close to. Amanda made me a soup with herbs she said were good for a
Là,
cold.
imaginez, il y a un mec qui
Miller
arrive
told me to take it easy.
dans la merde.
I will sing you a lullaby, he said. Then broke out a guitar and sang some incomprehensible song in Japanese. I did not need to understand the lyrics to know he is an awful singer. Then he said, you know what is good for a cold? Suppositories. Here, I'll show you. He began to take off his
Vous
pants,
vous doutez
so
de ce qui
I
va se passer, hein,
threw a tissue box at
on
him
va la
to make
libérer,
him
il
go
faudra
away.
l'amener dans l'hélico.
Then, Strangelove showed up, saying she had some miracle Indian cure. It has got eucalyptus extract, she said.
Peut-être il y a des
It
trucs
works
cachés
best
ici.
if you rub it into your chest. And then she tried to take off my
Peut-être
nightshirt.
qu'il y a des
I
trucs cachés.
whacked her
Hein, bon.
with my pillow,
On va bien voir.
and I got rid of her. Chico brought me a little flower
Il
in
n'y
a
a pas des
cup.
trucs cachés ici.
It had been growing in a little bit of earth that probably found its way on board, stuck to something else. I found this on the deck.
Bon, allez, c'est long.
Here, you can have it.
C'est
He tried
long.
to act nonchalant, but I am pretty sure he's got a crush on me. None of them understand. If they thought these little visits would cheer me up,
Je vais m'amuser à tuer des gens. Attends.
tonight, Snake himself came to my room. Like the rest, he believes I am just a schoolgirl and treats me as such. Why did you abandon your country, I asked him. Why create the MSF? Of
On n'a pas été dans ce
I know
truc
the
là.
answers already, but I wanted to hear it from him. As I had imagined, he was not exactly forthcoming. All he would say is that his country abandoned him because all he could do was fight. And
Qu'est-ce qu'on
that
a
is why
dit?
he needed the MSF, because that is all he is any good for. Then
Mal
he
tout ça.
said, fighting is the only thing I understand.
Ouh.
But that does not mean I have got a grudge against
Prends ça.
those who believe in
Use that
peace.
to take out their vehicles.
I am not one of them, and I do not believe in peace.
The whole base.
Conflict is in man's nature.
Ready.
We fight our enemies in order to survive. Maybe we are not so different after all, he and I.
Roquette.
But that is exactly why I'm going to have to kill him. Or else he will have to kill me. When I stop and think about this wretched existence, being killed by a man like that suddenly
Allez.
does not seem like such a bad thing.
Retournons là-bas. Je vais voir combien ils durent les autres cassettes là. Ah bon, on peut pas savoir combien de temps ils durent. Je suis obligé de cliquer à chaque fois. Bon, on verra après. On va déjà la libérer, la petite passe Ortega. Facile. Allons-y, libérer. Bon, il s'est bouffé la porte. Alors, est-ce qu'elle est toujours en vie déjà? Pas Ortega, un agent double dont on ignore à qui va sa loyauté. Donc c'est une fille, hein, même si elle a les cheveux courts, elle lui a coupé les cheveux. C'est une fille. Allez.
Get Poss onto the helicopter.
Yes.
Please select a landing zone.
Danger élevé. Voilà, conduire ici.
Landing zone confirmed.
Roger. Dispatching chopper.
J'entends des mecs. J'entends des mecs. J'entends des mecs. Ok, ça se réveille. Ça se réveille. C'est bien ça. C'est génial. Vous allez où par contre? Cassette. Vite. Vite.
Every month, Mother Base throws a party for all the soldiers whose birthdays fall in that month. There is something strange about a military organization having parties. Really though, it is just an excuse to drink and make noise. It is not easy to get alcohol on a fortress in the middle of the ocean. Most days they are training from dawn till dusk. They do not have time for things like drinking. That is why Snake and
Ah, du
Miller
coup,
came up
l'hélico il est
with the
déjà là.
idea
Je sais pas si c'était
to
une bonne
give
idée de l'appeler
everyone a
tout de
chance
suite.
to let loose.
Au pire, il attend.
Obviously, a bunch of boars like that are not going to bother
Pierre, il
with
attend.
blowing out candles on a cake. Rather, they
Par
sit
contre, on
there
va
in
pas
a cloud
attendre
of cigarette smoke,
une éternité, je vous le
drink
dis.
beer, eat meat, tell tasteless jokes, and swap crude insults about one another's hometowns. But it hardly ever breaks out into something
entendu.
serious. They talk up a storm, but they're
bien.
just having fun. It is funny. You have got members of FSLN rubbing shoulders with the UCLAs, people who once would have considered the other mortal enemies. I wonder if that is what makes Big Boss so popular. In leaving their countries behind, they leave their hatred for other countries too. Miller seemed a little protective of me. Hope they're not being too crude, he said.
Allez, viens là.
But soon enough,
Ah.
he too was drunk. He yelled, "Come here and take a
Sérieux,
look
là?
at the real Kazuhira Miller." Then dropped his pants and mooned everybody. The other soldiers burst out laughing. I have never seen such a crude, ridiculous party before. And yet, all these people, laughing and acting the fool. Is this what...
Je pensais que ça l'avait lancé plus loin.
For some reason,
Je pensais que ça
I
l'avait
began
lancé
to
plus
think
loin.
about all that
C'est quand j'ai vu le
happened
truc
since
par
I
terre, j'ai
came
dit
here.
oh merde. C'était trop
Fishing
tard.
with Chico,
C'était
cooking
trop
with
tard.
Amanda and Cecile, playing soccer, having visitors when I caught a cold. When I stop and think about it, my time here has been the most peaceful of my life. But that is about to end.
Allez, viens.
I cannot imagine he will be willing to negotiate. It seems I am to fight the legendary Big Boss. I do not know if I'll be able to beat him.
Oh.
But if I have
Oh.
to choose between death and defying Cypher,
Oh,
I will
fuck.
gladly choose death. The thought of dying does not scare me. But if I disobey my orders, the fear and despair awaiting me will be far worse than anything I can imagine.
Mais sérieux?
He took me in as an orphan, gave me food and a place to live. His orders may have been unreasonable, but I will never repay my debt entirely. It seems I have no choice. I must fight this man. I must fight Snake.